Hey friends, welcome back to the party. It is me, your girl BrittReacts, and today we're going to react to when rude interviewers get destroyed by Billy the Goat, aka Bill Burr.
From roasting his own audience to shutting down condescending hosts.
It's like, why am I listening to you like you've done something?
Here are 7 times rude interviewers got destroyed by Bill Burr, starting with the infamous morning show interview. In 2015, Bill Burr appeared on Good Morning New York to promote his show F is for Family, where he encountered an unprepared host.
Say God bless you right now. I sneezed so hard I messed up my lighting. My lights went all hot on me. That was, I'm like looking at that was wild. I am battling yet another seasonal sickness, cold. I will say I'm so grateful that it has not become this like virus that's going around that I want nothing to do with. I have like 2 family members who have like walking pneumonia right now. But the baby is not sleeping well. He's in some type of really bad sleep regression. I'm not sleeping, so my body is just not able to, my immune system's not at its best. So I am sick yet again. Thank you for saying God bless you. I apologize. Actually, I don't. It's a bodily function. We all do it. Anyway, back to you, Bill.
In New York to promote his show F is for Family, where he encountered an unprepared host who had issues with jokes on the show. What followed was a masterclass in answering BS questions. The segment began with the host addressing the joke's offensiveness.
So your Christian background is part of the show.
Yes, and I wanted to talk to you about Jesus after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far.
Burr, never one to let an opportunity slip by, immediately called them out.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did?
As the host scrambled to recover, Burr took control of the interview, turning lack of preparation into comedy gold.
I'm telling you, you need to Google.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you feel you were being disrespectful, or just you were just having fun with some of the crucifixes and stuff like that?
I don't even know what I mean, we did maybe 2 jokes about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far?
One of the hosts attempted to steer the conversation, clearly trying to move away. Burr, however, wasn't about to let them off the hook.
Having that. We know better.
Jokes. I know this is a morning show. You can't bring up all those crimes.
You know what? Technically,
they just sort of kept moving them around. You know, like those killer whales at SeaWorld. After it kills a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
All right, I'm not totally following.
Throughout the interview, Burr masterfully balanced between playful jabs at the host and promoting his upcoming shows.
Good for him.
You know what? They don't even call it Alphabet City anymore. You know that? They call it like the Lower East Side. Things, gentrification, whatever.
Was that offensive to illiterate people?
You'd be a little more comfortable.
Yes, friends. The Lower East Side, LES, in Manhattan used to be called the Alphabet City because all the avenues, right? Avenue A. No, that's not why. Dang, why did they call it Alphabet City? I feel like I know this, but I don't. Wow. I'm having a moment. Anyway, let's move past that. This is just obnoxious. I've never even heard of this show, F is for Family. That should tell you a lot about me and how much television I consume. Nothing is worse than a journalist being unprepared and meeting their fate with the wrong person. Like, you know how they say, like, you've met your match? Like, she absolutely met her match. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, there were 2 jokes on the show. Like, I'm a comedian. The show is called F is for Family. Chances are this show is inappropriate. Like, this interview is annoying to me, and I know. They said infamous. I never heard of this, and I've reacted to a lot of Billy. I've reacted to a lot of Billiam. Not heard about this one.
Well, he threw some trash around the studio, right? He misses the old New York, and you're not the only one.
I want to meet those religious people that got upset. I want to quiz them on their religion.
We need you to pull the receipts, man.
By the end of the segment, Burr had not only salvaged what could have been a disastrous interview, but turned it into a memorable and hilarious experience for viewers. But the same can't be said about this famous sports show host. In June 2017, Bill Burr appeared on Colin Cowherd's sports talk show The Herd, in what would become one of the most memorable and contentious interviews
music.
of Burr's career.
Suspense.
The roast began almost immediately when Colin tried to show off how others felt uncomfortable when they are at the show.
A lot of people think that they're uncomfortable with my
I've
elevation.
seen this show.
Are you uncomfortable with it?
Burr, always ready with witty comebacks, immediately pushed back.
No, I just see all of your insecurities. Your giant desk. Why is it so big?
Just a few seconds later, Colin tried to push Burr based on a presumptuous opinion on basketball.
I heard you have a terrible theory, and I want you to say this. So your theory on Boston is, let's just wait till LeBron's old. You don't want to be aggressive and get players.
But Burr was quick to fact-check the host on that matter and how Colin threw Burr under the bus with his questioning.
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
You got misinformation.
What did you say?
Well, why would you say I have a horrible theory without checking with me first? It's like you already threw me under the bus.
Well,
I get it. You got a big desk.
Burr then went on to explain the situation and mentioned how Colin had some bad takes in the past.
I'm saying is what everybody's doing. It's like the Tom Brady thing. With LeBron, you got to kind of wait till he gets old. I'm not saying that, like, you know, I love that we didn't make a move at the trade deadline. That was the smartest thing. All these guys, probably you too, before the Cavaliers series with Boston, were all saying they're a player away. They're a player away. And I was sitting there in my own little rabbit hole saying that we at least 1.5, 2 players away.
Nothing. This feels a little dramatic that this is included. This feels like, what? Y'all, these lights, let me tell you something right now. Don't start a YouTube channel if you have like 0 to no technology wits about you like myself. Okay, I call Mr. Elboyd on a weekly basis, like, can you help me out with this? Anyway, squirrel. This just feels like witty talk show banter. Like Bill is being himself, the guy. Like, I don't feel like this is explosive, or this seems a bit sensationalized. Was it really that big of a deal in 2017? The desk is big, and it is an odd setup. I don't know if it makes people feel inferior, but it just is odd to have to like look up at the person you're talking to. I get it. It's a sports show, so the desk feels like it's an announcer's desk. Like, I get it, but I don't think it was the greatest production set I've ever, like, set I've seen. It is a pretty silly setup. But I don't know. This doesn't seem that bad to me.
Sitting there in my own little rabbit hole saying that we have at least 1.5, 2 players away.
That explanation wasn't enough for Colin. He tried to corner Burr, but that didn't really work out, as Burr effortlessly dismissed everything.
See, that's like saying Gordon Ramsay, he makes such a great souffle, I'm just going to wait till he's in a car wreck. I'm not going to compete.
No, it isn't, because chefs' bodies, if they break down, they can still scramble an egg. They can cook till like 7.
Okay, Seinfeld's doing great stuff 10 years ago. I'll just wait till he's not funny. You compete.
Once again, you're talking about sport.
These are
you're
dumb.
talking about activities that you can keep doing.
His examples
Burr,
are dumb.
fed up with the continuous backlash and questioning, confronted Colin on the nature of the questioning and put an end to this tussle with his wit.
So
It was very, like,
with his
very,
wit.
like, you know, you wouldn't know that we like each other. Let's try to tone it down.
No, I'm not. I'm just...
No, I know what happened. You came right at me just saying my theory stunk. I'm just here to promote a cartoon. I'm a dancing monkey today. I'm trying to be a good guy. I want people to like me and watch the show here. And you're coming
turned
at
it
me. I don't know
around.
anything about hoop. I'm a 5'10" white guy.
Throughout the increasingly heated exchange, Burr maintained his composure while systematically
good.
exposing the
He did a
flaws
good
in Colin's
job.
reasoning. Cowherd at least had the excuse of being a sports commentator. Our next example shows that even a rowdy crowd of Philadelphians was no match for Burr's quick wit. On August 10th, 2006, during the
Dang.
Opie and Anthony's Traveling Virus
I was
Comedy
starting
Tour,
my-
Burr faced
Freshman year in college. This one's old.
a hostile crowd that had been booing all night. But instead of cowering, Burr decided to go nuclear.
You one bridge having piece of shit city that no one gives a about. That will never bomb you people because you're worthless and no one cares about you.
For the next 12 minutes, Burr systematically tore into
Not
the city,
systematically.
its people, and everything they held dear.
The Eagles.
All you people, you know what, you losers? I hope you all die, and I hope the Eagles never win the Super Bowl. Go yourselves.
Burr's rant was relentless, touching on everything from the city's culture to its stereotypes and cuisine.
Rocky is your hero. The whole pride of your city is built around a guy who doesn't even exist. Joe Frazier is from there, but he's black, so you can't deal with him. So you make a statue for some 3-foot Italian, you stupid Philly cheese eating jackasses. I hope that cheese melts your faces off.
He even challenged.
What did the audience do to trigger this man? This is someone I would never want to set off. Like, I would walk around him. Like, he has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose. And so much of his brand is his hot-headedness. I'm sorry. He is reading Philadelphia for filth. What did they say? And it's interesting because they'll go from booing to laughing because it is still funny. Like, rip me a new one, I guess.
Challenge the crowd directly, attacking individuals head on.
Oh,
What's
no.
that, sir? What do you have to say, sir? Never passed the fucking 8th grade. What brilliant you gonna tell me, huh? Go back to the dock and go unload some you warehouse working, weed smoking. Disappointment for your mother.
As Burr continued his tirade, something
That was so
remarkable
specific.
happened. The crowd,
The audience turned around.
initially hostile, began to appreciate his fearlessness and quick wit.
6
Nothing
minutes left, and
else.
I will be selling my CD after this, you motherfuckers. And
CD.
the only way you get one is if I
2006.
throw one at your fucking stupid heads, you bunch of racist morons.
By the end of his set, Burr had not only silenced the crowd, but won them over with his sheer tenacity and comedic skill.
Next to your 83 Monte Carlo with gravel embedded into the side of your fucking bald ass heads. Yes.
Ew.
Burr later reflected on the incident, saying,
So really them booing to the level that they did was my fault. Like I wasn't a professional. What I should have done was I should have kept my head in the game to survive it.
This incident not only became a part of
Seems
comedy
like it
lore,
works.
but also demonstrated Burr's ability to handle and overcome extreme audience hostility. But while the Philadelphia crowd got a taste of Burr's wrath, even familiar faces like Bill Maher weren't safe from his sharp comebacks.
This just popped up in my head. Is Bill Maher the one that was like in a long time relationship with Superhead, Corinne Steffens? If you know, you know. She was like the #1 video vixen in the 90s, and then she like turned, I don't know if it was adult film or I don't know, but then she wrote like a tell-all book, and I think like Shaq was involved, and the next thing you know, she's like in a serious relationship with this man. Is he the one? Is he the one? This was like before social media, y'all. This was like hot gossip just around the way. Maybe it was like at the beginning of social media. All right, I don't know.
Burr's wrath. Even familiar faces
Let me know
like
if you
Bill
know.
Maher weren't safe from his sharp comebacks. Bill Burr's recent appearance on Bill Maher's podcast Club Random provided an intense
That's a good
exchange
name.
on the topic of college protests related to Palestine. The discussion began when Maher brought up the controversial nature of these protests.
I hate Harvard. Are you kidding? Have you heard what's going on college campuses these days?
I don't watch the news.
You don't realize that college campuses erupted with the kids demonstrating for Hamas?
Burr, known for his ability to tackle tough subjects with directness, gave his take on the issue.
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
Bill is like, no.
I'm on the side of the kids.
Maher pushed back on Burr's response, suggesting that Burr's stance is easy and impractical.
Yeah, that's easy to say. You know, no one wants to see kids dead. This is a war.
That was very brave of you to say that.
This is a war. No, I'm the one who's actually brave on this.
Pat yourself on the back.
It's easy to say I'm for the kids. Who's not for the kids?
Maher, too confident with himself, went further in supporting Israel's position. Even in this situation when Maher was trying to control the argument, Burr continued with his sarcasm and subtle roasts.
Israel got attacked.
I'm not saying that they didn't have a right to go back. I'm just sitting there going like, how do I look at
We're the only country in the world that they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop this now. Don't attack them. There's a very simple solution to all this problem in the Middle East. Stop attacking Israel.
Hey, you
Stop
just solved
attacking
it.
Israel.
You just
I did.
solved it.
I actually
did.
did.
There you go. That's fantastic.
Burr tried to go easy and
Whoa.
responded with humor, but Mayer didn't respond in
Whoa.
kind.
Like, you just solved the Middle East on a podcast. Why can't they solve what they're doing on a podcast?
This is why this is not your thing.
Make some hard-nosed decisions.
This is the point where Burr went all out and pretty much...
The tension in this one is high. I think what I'm gathering is that Bill is saying Hamas and Palestine are not the same thing. Hamas is a group from Palestine, but the Palestinian people are the ones who are being massacred. And they are the ones suffering at the hands of the actions of just a group of people, a group of men that did go and attack Israel. And, you know, I guess he was just saying, like, at the end of the day, I'm with, like, let's stop killing all of these children, is what I gathered. Is that what you gathered? And Bill is straight up for Israel, like, but they attacked first, so it doesn't matter. But the tension here is you could cut it with a butter knife.
Much left there speechless, putting an end to this short debate.
It is my thing.
It isn't your thing.
This is not your
isn't.
thing.
You're like that guy that has a fantasy football team and thinks he's a GM.
No.
That's exactly what it is. Like, why am I listening to you like you've done something?
Yo, that was a read.
What have you done in Washington? Nothing.
Burr stood firm, advocating for the importance of understanding and
They are
addressing
smoking
the root
these cigars
causes of
down to
protests,
the
while Mayer
nothing.
questioned the current culture of outrage. And this is exactly why most of the viewers favored Burr. Mayer at least...
What did he say? What did that tweet
and
say?
And this is exactly why most of the viewers...
Watching Burr not let Mayer railroad his points was so effing refreshing. A masterclass in disarming a narcissist. I don't think I've seen any of these clips so far and felt like Bill destroyed anyone. I think he's just really good at clapping back. Do you know what I mean? Like, to say when Rude interviewed it, I don't feel like any of the interviewers were rude. The audience felt, I don't know, nothing felt like rude, and then Bill is just like destroying people. I think Bill was answering to interviews that maybe a lot of people would fold or break in, but that's not him. That's not his style. This feels a bit dramatic. I like watching it. It's super entertaining, but I think the title's a little clickbaity, and that's fine. I'm all for the clickbait. Draw me in. But this feels healthy. It feels like healthy debate, and it feels like you're just watching someone who's really good at debating. They are 10 toes down in their points. They're well versed in their points, and they have no problem going back and forth. That's not destroying someone. That's just being good.
Favored Burr. Mayer at least tried to engage in a discussion. Our next host thought that simply holding a microphone qualified as interviewing. In 2017, Burr appeared on a popular radio show called SSS TV, Southside Steve TV, where the host was trying to be too effortless with his interview. Right from the start, it was apparent that Bill was not impressed with the interviewer. The interview started with the host just putting the mic in front of Bill without any questions.
Really?
Hey, this is Southside Steve, and this is Southside Steve TV. And this is Bill Burr.
That's your question?
I'm just saying who you are.
Oh, yeah, all right. I don't like you. Creep me out with that big microphone and that country western shirt.
After hearing Bill's response, the interviewer tried to be a bit too casual, but that didn't go well either.
Here's the deal. Bill's a comedian. He's at the punchline. He's in town, and you're a funny guy. You've got these routines in your head, so I figure I'll toss you a mic and you go.
And I'm going to do stand-up in front of 9 people in a radio station? No, I'm not doing that.
Well, you're taking the fun out of Southside Steve TV.
How about I give you $5 and I want to watch you line dance and I'm a racist cowboy.
At one point, the other host of the show interrupted
Bill loves
the
to call
interview
somebody
to
racist.
explain the situation, hoping to navigate
Explain
the situation
it. Was it
better.
that serious?
I'm trying to explain to Bill how you put the mic, warn him that you're going to put the mic in his face without asking him a question. Be prepared for that. Apparently, he didn't take me seriously. I'd also like to point out that I hope you enjoyed the technique where Steve, you begin talking, Steve takes the microphone away from you. It's a counterpoint to that first move. Yeah.
The host even tried to regain control,
This
making
is
the
just
situation
bizarre.
even more awkward.
It's just bizarre.
But do you like my mic?
No, I don't. I don't. Please.
Is that comfortable? Is this uncomfortable?
This is, yeah, no, don't, man. Honestly.
But Bill continued to push back, snatched the mic, and said,
You're what is this? Rock 100.5. This is the worst interview I've ever done.
Bill did not stop there. He just went on to roast the interviewer.
Good. You know what he looks like? He looks like the first guy who gets his ass kicked in a Steven Seagal movie. No. The background guy behind the big kingpin. Why don't you handle this?
Throughout the interview, even when he was asked whether he was a racist.
Come on, let's share it.
Okay.
Are you a racist?
No, I'm not a racist.
Because earlier we had some racist humor on the show. I just want to know, do you like black people?
Yes, I do. Well, I mean, what? Just overall?
Those of color. Anyone other than white people.
I like anybody who's not an asshole.
By the end of the segment, Burr
That's such
had
a
not only
weird
defended
way to
himself,
phrase that question.
but also delivered the jokes that interviewers were looking for.
I feel the same way about that whole support the troops. Just all of them? Like there's not one asshole in the Air Force? Just this whole paranoia, you know? I support all of them.
Bill.
I don't.
The radio host learned the hard way not to underestimate Burr, even his longtime friend.
That was just a really unprofessional, amateur situation. I think Bill was a little too he was on the defense from the beginning. But I mean, if you don't vibe with something, you don't vibe with it. You know what I mean? And the interviewer was, let's just be honest, he was quite obnoxious. Yeah, this just okay. Let's move past this one.
Joe Rogan
Moving right
would
along.
find himself on the receiving end of Burr's uncompromising honesty.
Y'all don't like Joe Rogan.
Is a longtime friend of Burr's. Even he isn't immune to Burr's sharp rebuttals. During a 2020 appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, Burr showcased his ability to disagree strongly with a friend while maintaining respect and humor. The conversation turned contentious when Rogan brought up the topic of mask wearing during the pandemic.
Want people to walk down the street with a mask on?
Let's not start this, Joe.
Do you, though?
Let's not start this.
Burr, not one to let questionable claims slide, immediately pushed back.
I'm not going to sit here with no medical degree, listening to you with no medical degree, with an American flag behind you, smoking a cigar, acting like we know what's up better than the CDC.
There you go.
What followed was a heated but friendly debate, with Burr using his signature mix of humor and common sense to challenge Rogan's views.
But even they say you shouldn't wear a mask unless you're treating a coronavirus patient. The World Health Organization.
Yeah, but they didn't say that initially. They didn't say it initially.
No, they didn't.
They did, and then it gradually, and then wait, and then everybody wore the fucking masks. This is like rollerblading. Everybody fucking rollerbladed, and then there was that one homophobic joke, and then everybody acted like they never did it.
At one point, Rogan even started judging people who wear masks.
I just love how wearing a mask became like this, like soft thing that you were doing, like being courteous. Being courteous. What is it for?
Yeah, I've never understood that either. Like, if you didn't want to wear one, then fine. But like, why are you so angry at people that like why? Like, I don't understand it. Like, perhaps I don't want to get on a plane and sneeze and have people look at me like I'm nuts. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, why did it aggravate people so? Like, people get so enraged by what other people are doing with their bodies. It's like, chill out.
Like soft thing that you were doing, like being courteous. Being courteous. What is it for? That was so stupid.
But Burr was not having any of that.
Oh, God, you're so tough with your fucking open nose and throat. Gee, Joe. And you.
My daughter was sick last week, and she wanted to wear a mask to cheer practice because she didn't want to get anyone sick. Like, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, that's such a courteous thing. Like, I don't know. What's wrong with that? Is there something wrong with her wanting to, like, not get her teammates sick, or at least try to prevent it? I mean, I'm not saying the mask actually prevent the spread of anything, but to be courteous, right? And say like, I'm struggling a little bit, guys, but I want to show up for the team. We have a competition next weekend. Like, I didn't want to miss practice, so I put on she didn't do it. I was like, it's not that serious. And she wasn't contagious anymore, and she wouldn't have been able to breathe. She's a competition cheerleader. All right. But I don't know. I just like, why was everyone so upset once the mask mandate was gone? I get people are upset that they ever had to wear it, but once it was gone, the people that were like harassing people for wearing their masks or like bullying them, like Joe, it's like, but why? Are you that bored? Like, why are you so upset?
Having any of that.
Oh, God, you're so tough with your fucking open nose and throat. Gee, Joe, and your 5 o'clock shadow. This is a man right here. A man doesn't wear a mask.
Throughout the exchange, Burr maintained his position while keeping the conversation from devolving into a real argument.
Anything that seems like you're not taking chances, right? That's what
I don't
the
have a
mask
problem with that unless you were already wearing the mask and then you're acting like you didn't. And all of a sudden people watch your thing and then they all pile on, oh, look at this wearing the mask. It's like, you were doing it 2 weeks ago.
I was scared out of my mind in the beginning.
By the end of the segment, both comedians were laughing, demonstrating Burr's skills at navigating difficult conversations without burning bridges.
I did. I had like psychosomatic
Now
issues
who's the
thinking about it.
I need to like watch a video on Joe Rogan's just career, because wasn't he like in the MMA world or one of the like wrestling fighting like, I don't know, wasn't he? When did he become a comedian and then a podcast? Like, what's the timeline? Someone find me a video where I can like watch the timeline of this man's career. I'm confused.
Got over it.
Guy had a panic attack sitting on 12 elk. You had a panic attack
in
and
the
then,
sauna.
and then you felt bad about yourself, and then you attack people with masks. That's how it works. And that's how the hatred starts. And that's right now why 7 blocks of Seattle, you can't go now and get yourself.
This incident highlighted Burr's capacity to challenge even his friends' views when he disagrees, doing so with a mix of humor, respect, and unwavering conviction in his own beliefs. However, while Rogan and Burr's friendship survived their heated debate, the same couldn't be said for the ego of one female reporter. In what would become one of Bill Burr's most viral interview moments, a female reporter made the mistake of asking the loaded question, "Can women be funny?" Little did she know, she was about to get an answer that she'll remember for life.
Oh, gosh.
The interview started right off the bat with the question, to which Bill gave a quick answer.
Can women be funny?
Yeah, of course.
But that short answer didn't seem enough for the interviewer, as she went further
She's
to
so
emphasize the
aggressive.
question.
Look at her body
In
language.
return, she got another no BS answer.
Some people have a hard time saying yes, though. There are a lot of angry young men on the internet that are like, women can't be fun.
Will you guys just grow up and just sit down and write your own horse, come up with it? Start your own show, have your own award show.
Bill didn't just stop there.
Oh, look
he
at him
decided
with hair
to
and a
dismantle it
goatee.
entirely. What followed was a perfect example of Burr's ability to blend social commentary with his signature wit.
I'd start my own. You guys got to start your own. You got brains in there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So write your own and quit your whining. We're all eating a giant sandwich out here. Nobody cares. I don't care.
The interviewer, clearly unprepared for Burr's passionate and articulate response, struggled to regain control of the conversation.
Absolutely, but I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a white person.
As the interviewer started fumbling her words, Burr doubled down.
It makes no difference whether you got a all right? Just do what you want to do, and hopefully people respond to it. But this fucking horse quotas and all of this crap become undeniable.
Throughout the exchange, Burr managed his composure while
she didn't go into that armed. Like, she just didn't have anything. And she was so kind of like, yeah, but like it was quirky and aggressive in a way. I don't know. There was no way she was gonna, I don't know, girl. Better luck next time.
Systematically dismantling the sexist undertones of the question.
Look at this photo.
By the end of the segment, Burr had not only defended women in comedy, but also delivered a masterclass in handling loaded questions.
Well, when was the last time you went on stage and you killed so hard the person after you bombed? If you're doing that on a regular basis, people are going to notice regardless of what you have between your legs. All right?
This incident demonstrated Burr's ability to handle provocative questions with intelligence and wit, turning what could have been a gotcha moment into an opportunity. He showcased his quick thinking and progressive views on gender and comedy, which led to comments like this.
What's the takeaway here, friends? Don't mess with the Burr. Burr, it's cold in here is the takeaway. If you haven't seen any of my Bill Burr reactions, please do yourself a favor. Pop some popcorn, pour a glass of your favorite adult beverage, and go have a laugh. I think he is one of the greatest of all time. I love his aggressive nature. I love his no nonsense. approach. I love his anger. Like, his temper is so funny to me. Anyway, that was entertaining. I think it was a bit dramatic, but that's his life. Go and have the day you deserve, friends. Bye.